let's see if anybody's joining or if we can figure out if anybody's watching. All right.
0 viewers so far. Hope my mom doesn't come out and embarrass me. I'm just joking.
All right, I already fucked up. The link I put in the chat just lets everybody join us, like on the thing with us.
Oh, that's not good. Let's stop.
I actually think it's the best.
No way. It's too much.
All right, so I'm just Matt sent the real link.
Yeah, delete yours. I got
No, we're good. We're the right link is there, so people can watch now. Where's the
Rob?
Deleted? Oh, okay. The link is deleted. Let's see if anybody's watching yet. Oh, I saw something pop up. All right. So let's just start talking about the games. And people watch, that's fine. If people don't watch, it's also fine. And we're just doing this for nobody, which is also cool. I've done a lot of things for nobody. I've done stand up for as little as 2 people. I've done stand up for as little as one people.
1 people?
I've done stand up for 1 people. All right. So this is the RotoPros post-lock breakdown every once in a while, maybe every day show.
Yeah. Couple
title in progress. We can make it longer if needed.
Titles mean nothing. Just like in startups, titles mean nothing.
Well, it's the title. So let's go over who we rostered tonight and our ownership. I'm going to pull up my dashboard really quick. So what contest were you playing in tonight, Josh, and who did you have the most exposure to?
Tonight, I actually didn't play that many lineups. It's kind of a perfect contrarian approach to what you do. But I was on Alex Wood and Robbie Ray as my pitchers. I think we can both agree on Robbie Ray, obviously. I mean, there's little things like the humidor being in there, but even without that, he's too cheap. The guy was a K machine last year. I don't mind the matchup. I feel like Colorado doesn't hit lefties well. I think that's known, or that's what it was last year at least.
Yeah, they were slightly below average against lefties last year. They had, if anybody sees me looking up or down, it's because I'm looking at my iPad or my TV.
Oh, it's because you're pacing and you're just very nervous. I know the truth.
No, it's because the baseball game's more interesting than you. So against lefties last year was a 96 WRC plus for the Rockies, 82 WRC plus on the road, which is garbage. I think that was second to worst in baseball. So I definitely agree with you there. And then also, we don't really know what the effect is going to be of the humidor this year. But at the very least, it figures to be more of a pitcher's park. Just how much, I think we'll know a little bit more in a month or so. But yeah, Robbie Ray also, I think his peak price $13,500 last year on DraftKings. So certainly a lot of upside in him at $8,700.
He was one of those guys, I can't explain this. It's like a gut feeling sometimes. But when you just like see someone who you recognize is way too cheap, and obviously then when you check the numbers after to confirm that, but initial eye test, $8,700 for Robbie Ray just didn't make much sense to me. So.
Yeah, I mean, it at the beginning of the year, it's kind of something we see a lot with high-priced pitchers being cheaper than what they normally are. Like opening day, Clayton Kershaw was a lot cheaper than he was most of last year. Chris Sale was $12,200, which was close to the bottom price from all of last year. So that's kind of a common thing we see at the beginning of the year with the high-end pitchers.
Sorry. Yeah, no. Oh, okay. Well, good. I'll take advantage of it until they keep performing well enough to, do what they're going to do, and their prices just skyrocket to what it should be. But yeah, I did like Robbie Ray, and here's the part where I know you and I probably disagree, because when I spoke to Matt earlier, I know his opinion on the matter, but I'm a Alex Wood guy tonight, and I know you're mostly Blake Snell and Robbie Ray, I think. But
Blake Snell's my second highest owned pitcher.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But I also think who's your other? Oh, David Price. Yeah. So David Price and Alex Wood are very similar in prices, obviously. So Matt was saying that David was a better play, maybe marginally, not significantly. due to the matchup being a little easier, even though that's also marginal. And
I don't know if it is, I don't know if it is marginal though.
Okay. Okay.
So,
That true? Matt said the opposite.
Do you not think that the 49ers, the Giants improved significantly this year? Because I think especially against lefties, they added Evan Longoria, they added Andrew McCutchen this year, who both hit lefties very well. I think that they're going to be an average to slightly above average offense against lefties, whereas the Rays, I think, are probably going to be a bottom 5 or so offense against lefties, and they're probably going to strike out a lot more.
Matt's going to expose me. I can already see it coming.
What do you mean?
He has questions. Many
questions. Okay. All right, Matt's got questions. What questions?
It just, for those who don't know, I rely on, I learn a lot from Greg and Matt on the analytical side. But
I have to know what Matt's question is now.
Yeah, I'm not going to be referencing CRC WAR 47 12 18s today.
Well, I think you should reference those things more.
Yeah, I am. I'm learning from you, but
yeah, CRC. I think you should definitely talk about CRC more.
Yeah, obviously. No.
Oh, Blake Snell is, I think, at value after 4 innings. Here's one of the issues that I always have with.
Where's the chat box he's talking about? Oh.
What?
Oh, I see it.
So here's one of the things that always makes me nervous about Rays pitchers. They leave their starters in forever. There were so many times last year that I would roster like Blake Snell or Chris Archer during a home start, and
fucking judge.
They'd be going well through 3 or 4 innings or whatever, and then like whatever, they would start to get gassed in the 6th inning. They get out, they'd still be at value, and then the 7th inning they would leave a starter in forever.
I remember literally like 2 or 3 times where you had a good thing going with Snell, and he just went 1 too many innings, and that was the end of it.
But he's pitching well right now. All right, let's see. We got just ask the question here. I just realized that I can't type without saying what it is that I'm typing.
I don't even know how to respond to that. It's
all right, so did you just play the one lineup?
Yep, I was, because of the holiday, I was a little busier today, so I didn't get a chance to really do what I would normally do. But yeah, I just played the one lineup. I love the Yankees this time of year. Part of me is a little sentimental, but I
think bias is the right word.
Yeah, a little bit. Worked for me yesterday though, so assuming
you got to do it every day for the next week.
Yeah, probably. But it worked pretty easily with Wood and Ray, and you and Matt I know are on the Astros, and I don't hate that at all. I'm sure that's a great play. I wanted to be a little. I think Astros will be higher on than the Yankees, not by much, but I do think they will be. And I'm happy with what the Yankees have done so far. Let's get a home run or 2, and we'll be all good. I think these pitchers are going to be aces tonight. I feel very good about the K situation from Wood and Robbie.
So what? You have a Yankee stack. Is it a 5-man Yankee stack?
Yeah, I got a 5-man Yankee stack, running it back with 2 Toronto guys, Smoke and Solarte. Just because Solarte just fit. I didn't target him or anything. He was the last guy. And I actually do think he is value right now. I think he'll be a little higher by the end of the year. I think he'll be in the mid 3Ks. Mid to low 3Ks.
All right. So you just I'm going to bring up mine because I have
yeah, all right. Yankees Astros are very cool. I knew it'd be minor.
I'm just bringing up my stacks right now. So I went
yeah, the Rays K rate is definitely higher than the Giants K rate, but these teams they're different. They traded with each other too, I think those stats that you're referencing with the Rays may be true for some of the guys that are now on San Fran. We'll see.
Yeah, I think Evan Longoria. I think Evan Longoria is going to be a better third baseman than who the Rays starting at third base today. Yeah, I'll take Longoria. I'll take Longoria over Duffy.
Nah, you're crazy. I'm just kidding. Longoria.
Going over my highest owned stack is the Astros. I have them at 40%, and then I have 20% Braves, 20% Cubs, 10% Yankees, and then I just kind of have a mix of a few other teams at 1 to 2%. the Angels, the Dodgers. Do you have any questions about those?
Me? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. I forgot I had to probe you a little bit here. So, talk to me about why the Astros were just so clearly your number one today. I mean, the Astros are the Astros; they're defending champs, but why today?
Because Doug Fister is going up against them, and Doug Fister's numbers are very shitty. I'm bringing them up right now. The other thing too about Fister is, so his, off the top of my head, ERA and a FIP in the high fours last year. But I think he also had, let's see. Okay, yeah. No, it was actually, he had a 4.88 ERA, a 3.98 FIP. So that would suggest that his ERA should have been a little lower than what it was. But if we look at all the projections for this year, we have Zips has him at a 4.67 ERA, Steamer a 4.91 ERA, 11.8% home run to fly ball rate, 11.8% the year before, 12% the year before. Doug Fister's also 34 years old, so there's not really too much concern for me about him getting better. I think that. What's that?
Now you're just being mean, man.
No, he sucks at baseball, so well, he's better than me. But
what do you think Rhys Hoskins ends up with this year? Type of stats.
Rhys Hoskins, he'll be very good. I mean, in terms of like a projection for him, I don't have it one like off the top of my head, but I think that he should hit over 30 home runs. And let's see.
I think it's an over-under whether he hits 30 by the break.
Yeah, I think he'll have under 30 by the break, but he'll finish the season with over 30.
Sometimes I say things just for Greg's reaction, guys.
Let's see. So we've got Zips has him at 34 homers. Steamer has him at 37 homers. But very good. It looks like he's going to be like a 3.5 to 4 win player this year.
45 this year. I will say that. It's my call. The kid's good, man.
All right. Oh, and also Matt put in Longoria is starting over Pablo Sandoval this year. So the question is, Longoria or Sandoval, who do you prefer?
I mean, that's not what the question was for me. I was just comparing people in the trade, and Duffy was the one traded. So
no, Duffy was on the Rays last year.
No.
I think he was on the Rays last year.
Nope.
Let's see.
Kobe Simmons is starting tonight. Fuck.
Matt Duffy. All right. Is Matt Duffy on the Rays?
Oh.
So how are
I think so.
What tournament were you in, and what is your ownership on the Yankees compared to the field in that?
All right, let me pull it up because I don't really know the names, just the numbers sometimes. I'm in. Oh.
Matt Duffy was on the Rays last year.
Like for the whole year? That's not true. There's no way.
He didn't get traded for Evan Longoria.
That's insane. He was 100% on the Giants within the last year and a half.
He's been on the Rays for the last 3 years.
Is that true? Is that really true? You're looking at stats right now? Wow, that's great. Yeah. Time flies when you're having fun, right? I'm in some double ups, and I'm in the walk-off, the 555 walk-off.
So what is the ownership of the Yankees in that? Just curious.
So I played Gardner, Judge, Stanton, Didi, and Neil Walker.
Okay.
Gardner's 7%, Judge is 13, Stanton's 17.8, Didi's 12, and Walker's 6.
And then who is, could you scan it and find out who the chalk is in that, or is that too complicated?
I think Snell was a good play.
Yeah, well, Snell is also only 7% owned tonight.
He's still in the game?
Yeah. But he's also only thrown 70 pitches. Or 75.
It's one of those nights you're worried about.
Yeah, I would not mind if he got out of the next inning at like 80-something pitches and they just took him out.
So the best one of the better lineups, I think, at the top of this has Snell. Oh, Snell just did something bad. We have to hit. Chris Bryant. I would say the Cubs are probably the chalk today. Chris Bryant's like 33% owned, so.
Yeah, let me go to my individual hitter ownership because those are my stacks. And then for overall hitters, Let's see. I think my highest owned hitter is Josh Reddick.
I'm looking down because I'm trying to find percentages to talk about. It doesn't seem like there's unless I'm missing something. I don't see a clear cut chalk yet.
No, it's possible. Like when there's this many games,
yeah,
it's not gonna be like basketball where you could get somebody who's like 90% owned or anything like that.
Exactly. And people aren't like some people aren't stacking yet. Those who don't know better. What the fuck is wrong with Anthony Davis?
What do you mean?
Guy should have 800 points. Let me check, Matt. One sec.
All right. So my highest owned hitters are Josh Reddick, Gary Sanchez, Jose Altuve, and Chris Bryant.
Say it again. Sorry. Chris, oh wait. So you didn't really stack, or no? Because you.
No, I did. Those are just my highest owned individual hitters.
Who were they?
Josh Reddick, Gary Sanchez, Jose Altuve, and Chris Bryant.
Oh, Reddick. Yeah, I like Reddick. I mean, obviously, I like Reddick and Altuve. Only a moron doesn't like Altuve. Ever. Let me see what Matt's question is.
I have too many tabs open.
I have acid reflux.
All right, no need to brag.
Why? Oh yeah, so we got to figure out why these people can't chat.
They don't have but they could just ask the question.
Yeah, for now, just type in Slack, and we will. If it bothers people, we will address this. Tanaka's dealing, man. Is he just like a stud again?
No, I think he's very inconsistent, and he has some very good starts and has some very bad starts. And I don't think that the Blue Jays are going to be very good this year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I think they're going to be contenders or anything, but I think
here's the big issue I have with the Blue Jays right now that I was texting about earlier. I think Josh Donaldson's very injured right now.
Oh, I think. Did someone just hit a home run for the Cubs?
I'll put it on to find out. But so yesterday during the Yankees game, Donaldson had, I think it was like 5 errant throws. He had maybe one error or something that should have been scored, an error that wasn't. He had a couple throws that were in the dirt that had to be dug out, and he was throwing the ball really weird. He was kind of like pushing it. So I think he's injured right now, and I think
Donaldson. Yeah, I know they threw him on the DH spot for that reason.
So I think that's obviously a huge deal.
How many pitches is Price thrown?
What's that?
How many pitches is David Price thrown?
David Price. So we've got a 0-0 game here in the 6th inning. We've got
my boys Aaron.
Snell's at 82 pitches. Price is at 54.
Oh, 54? Damn, he's doing really well. Never mind. That looks good right now by Matt. I'll be honest. I kind of wrote Price off a little. Not like as a scrub or anything. I just didn't think he was dominant anymore. And not that this makes him that, but I'll be impressed if he just blanks them, because Sale couldn't do it.
If I'm being honest about when I first looked at the pricing yesterday, I did not like David Price all that much. And I much prefer, like my favorite pitching combination was definitely Snell and Ray. And I didn't think I was going to have a lot of Price. But something that always happens with baseball is once the lineups come out and there's a lot of guys who are hitting towards the top of the order that are cheap, like Al Moore was 3,200 on DraftKings, hitting leadoff for the Cubs. Reddick was 3,500 and was hitting in the 2-hole. So if you want to use those guys, it just makes so much more sense to go up at pitcher. So like originally I was looking at, I was like, maybe I'll have like 5 to 10% of David Price. But then as I started making lineups, you either use David, it was either go up and spend for somebody or just leave a shit ton of salary on the table.
Yeah,
so I ended up
real quick, but Matt, you were correct about the Braves. They're like in the mid 30s and 20s and 40s in ownership. So higher stakes was on the Braves tonight.
And pretty good start for the Braves too.
Why? I mean, really? Who?
Well, I've scored 2 runs in the first 3 innings.
Yeah, it's not bad. A couple. Who's doing it though? Let's see. It's like the bottom. Like no one has Flaherty and Dansby Swanson, so not really.
All right, let me see if I can find
here, bro. You had a great start.
Who's that?
You had a Doug Fister. Sorry, I gotta stop looking down so much.
This Sister Fister. All right. Matt used Flaherty today. I have
Yeah, Matt, you also play like 8,000 lineups, so most of our customers can't afford to do that.
all right, you just throw him out under the bus. He throws 8,000 lineups.
Hey, I respect it.
I'll say he played under 8,000.
No, he doesn't play 8,000, but he plays close. Maybe 6,000.
I had 150 lineups on DraftKings, but that was a lot less than 8,000.
2 out of 150. Yeah, so you like him more than almost as much as you like Max Stassi.
All right, so
I have a different screen right here that I can put the game on.
Let's see what I have Flaherty. I have Flaherty in 1 out of 150 lineups. So Matt is more Matt is more Ryan Flaherty than I do.
Ryan Flaherty's your boy.
Why does everybody keep saying they have questions? They don't ask the question.
What was that? Yeah, right. Where are the questions, guys? Ask the questions in Slack.
You know what I don't like about
that was done for the game already?
Who's that?
Some hits or something? Yeah. He's out now. He gave up a couple of hits.
All right, I'm good with the results.
He pretty much hit value, no?
No, he definitely had value. He was at value after like the 4th inning, or after the 3rd inning.
Value is 2x. What does he have?
He is at 13.75.
It's like barely value.
You needed 13.2 to hit value.
Yeah, like I said, barely value. My ex-girlfriend and I are no longer together, but one of the best ideas that woman ever had was to install a second crappy TV by my computer so I could get multiple games on at once.
Yeah, just so you know, by default, if you say your ex-girlfriend, it implies that you're no longer together. You don't have to explain that you're not together with your ex-girlfriend.
Thank you, Mr. Ehrenberg.
Rob wants to know about the Dodgers. I don't mind them. I don't mind them as a stack.
Is that a stand?
What's that?
Wait, what? Okay, so Greg Dodgers. Should I come off them in a stack? I wouldn't. Sorry, we were talking too much. I'm not big on the Dodgers tonight offensively. I don't know. There was like a 4 implied run total, like four runs or something for them.
Well, here's so the question is, if you're going to come off the Dodgers, what other team are you going to play from the late games? So which games haven't started yet?
Yeah, you want to post the link again or something? Where's the link?
Going through my tabs. Yeah, so like I'm fine with the Dodgers for late because what other teams that haven't played yet would you prefer to stack?
Wow, Schroeder's done for the year, Greg. You devastated?
Indifferent. So what team would you prefer to stack from the late games to the Dodgers?
Are you talking to me or this is for Rob, right?
Yeah, Rob asked. I said I'm fine with the Dodgers. He said you don't like the Dodgers. So I said, which team do you prefer to stack from the late games? The Dodgers.
Sorry, okay, my bad. Let me pull it up actually because I.
So here are the games. It is the games that haven't started is Rockies, Diamondbacks, Angels,
could be a little contrarian.
Brewers, Padres, and Giants, Dodgers.
So I would stack either the Brewers or the Diamondbacks. I know you're not a big D-backs guy, but I love them at home, especially.
I like Tim Anderson a decent amount tonight.
Really? Why? I like the A's, Rob. I think it could be contrarian. I think a lot of people like Manaea. Even me, I do like Manaea, but I could easily see him just like not doing well. I don't know. It happens. He had a couple random not good starts last year, and the Angels, they hit lefties really well. That team, that lineup. Sorry,
So for the late games, for me, God damn my stupid feed. I do like the Dodgers in that spot. I'm going to bring up the numbers for Cueto really quick. Cueto was not very good last year, and
I don't hate the Dodgers. It just doesn't like my gut. I'm not like doesn't make me excited. Yeah, I know. JD Martinez was there for what, like a month or two?
He was there. Let me think. He got traded at the trade deadline. So whatever, like trade deadline to the end of the season.
Trade deadline. That's the MLB has those weird rules where you can just like sneak trades in even when the trade deadline's passed.
Yeah, I think he got traded around the trade deadline though. All right. So Cueto last year, 4.52 ERA, 4.49 FIP. The other thing about Cueto, so Cueto was good 2 years ago, but 3 years ago he was really awful post trade deadline. So I kind of just think that Cueto's finished, and he's not. I think he's not very good. I think that last night the Dodgers were in a really good spot, and a lot of people rostered them, and they sucked. I don't think anybody's going to be on them. So I also think the Dodgers offense is going to be very good this year. Obviously a little bit worse than they normally would be because Justin Turner's out right now. But I still think it's a good spot for them because I think Cueto's overrated.
Yeah, I think Cueto's overrated too. It's kind of how I felt about Price tonight. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Let's see. 3-2 pitch.
I do like actually, something? I don't mind the Dodgers big bats late. Cody and Corey could have a nice night.
All right, there we go. Martinez struck out looking.
Who?
So Snell is out of the inning. Snell is done.
Oh, JD. I like this guy McKinney the Yankees threw in for Hicks.
Yep, Hicks did not stay healthy for very long this year, did he?
He'll be all right. Don't worry about him.
All right, let's see. What game should I go to now? We've got. Does anybody else have questions?
Two months, best. Yeah, I understand. They have very big road splits, Matt, for the D-backs. I think they're pretty. Check that WRC plus on the road and home. Bet you it's drastically different.
Can you check the chat, see if there's any questions, Josh?
Looking at it right now is nothing, but I'm asking Matt right now to.
Well, I'm looking it up.
Cool, sweet.
It's just my computer runs really slow and I have so many things open.
I keep the chat up here, so if anyone's got questions, I'll see them right away. This is the first show, though. We're gonna do more of this, promote it more, all that. Oh, I gotta wear my RotoPros T-shirt next time.
Oh, do we get T-shirts?
Yeah, they're here, so I'll get that. We gotta get that out to the guys. Rob, you get one too, man. Although you have to pay the shipping to Canada.
Did anybody ask Rob what size shirt he wears?
Yeah, I will say what the question is. Agreed. What, Rob? What size shirt are you, Rob? XX? I like Brandon Drury, man.
You like Brandon? What is that? He's a
solid player.
What is that in relation to? That came out of nowhere.
Watching him hit right now. The guy's solid. He got a couple RBIs tonight for the Yankees, a couple really well hit balls.
Rob's an X.
Double X? Wow. Rob. Nice. Matt, I said the question in the first place. I don't understand what you're saying. My initial thing was that the question is
Rob going to fit into a small T-shirt? I think no.
I think no as well. But the second part of that was, do the Diamondbacks have a drastically different road and home WRC plus? So we'll see.
By the way, the point of the question is not that we ask the people who are watching questions.
Yeah, I know. Well, this is the first night. We gotta mix it up a bit. Try some things. Either I look really pale or this light is like shining on my face.
Why can't it be both?
Could be. Happy Passover, Greg.
Grazie.
Thank you. What did I tell you? 9th at home. And if they were 17th on the year, that means they were in the 20s. on the road. So
You guys have any big goals you're looking to achieve this year from MLB? Make dollarinis.
I want to prove Greg and Matt wrong so many times.
Okay, well, that's a big goal to have. And my goal is to turn a profit, which is always the goal for everything in DFS.
I want to grow the community, and I want to just take over the world by storm. And just, you know, with RotoPros, everyone's joining, everyone's learning, and DFS just becomes more level playing field, you know? Not Wakey and Chipotle and Brandon Adams and all these guys just taking all of our money each night, you know? I want the average Joes to pay their bills with DraftKings. Ooh, that's a ripper.
All right, so Josh's goal for baseball is to even the playing field.
Yes, exactly. That's a ripper Magoo for the Yankees right there.
What's a ripper Magoo?
It's Tyler Wade, I think, just slashed one into the outfield. Nice little 4-1 lead for my boys. Big goals also, Rob. I want to, you know, I've made the last 4 live finals in a row. I want to make it 5 in a row. Baseball's in New York this year for DraftKings, so you better believe I'm going to be there. And
is that what they announced at the finals in New York?
Yeah, there. Both, but I only play DraftKings. You know, every losing night is a lesson. I love it. There is no losing nights because if I either win money or I learn something.
All right.
So any big goals? Gene, what do you got for me?
Not lose money. That seems like the same thing as turn a profit.
What did Greg pay? What did Greg give you to say that? Huh? Just blindly backing him up.
Which thing?
I'm just messing around. Yeah, of course not lose money. Come on, Gene. Doesn't take an econ professor to know that. Live final, of course. Particular ROI, 157%, please. That's my goal.
Last season, I played too many Mets.
You sound like the guy who was mad at the NJ Transit for making him late for the game.
So this isn't related to baseball, but I did say that one of my goals for this year is to not burn my mouth on pizza bagels. It's hard to eat food that come out of the oven in proper amount of time.
I would agree with that.
I always end up burning the top of my mouth.
You got to be more disciplined, bro.
Tough to do. I just want to have fun with MLB. The variance is so much higher than NBA. Very true. Yeah, that's why I think that baseball sets up much better to play GPPs than cash games, and NBA probably sets up a little bit better for cash games than GPPs, just because baseball, the players are so highly correlated on each team, whereas NBA, you could really easily predict the individual value of each player from night to night. Whereas baseball, there isn't really as many obvious value plays, and it makes more sense to just stack players.
Yo, I'm the Martin Maldonado whisperer, by the way, and he's going to have a big game tonight.
Pronounce his name wrong.
Maldonado, sorry.
No, it's Martin.
I'm the Martin Maldonado. Oh, big sauce.
I like how I said you pronounced Martin Maldonado wrong, and it was the first name you had wrong.
Big Sauce is having a night, bro.
Is he?
Yeah. 14 in the first half, like DK points.
Nice.
Big Sauce. Shouldn't AD have like 200 points against the Cavs right now? What's going on?
Probably not. I don't know. I'm not watching basketball games. I've got the baseball. It's too much to go in between that many apps. As it is this.
Bro.
The NBA app is such shit compared to the MLB app.
Is it?
Yeah, the MLB app.
The MLB app, yeah, agreed. The MLB app's like amazing. I love it. Why is Gerald Green have 0 points?
I would guess because he hasn't scored yet, right?
Oh, I mean, I guess, but he started. There's no way he just he must have been scratched or gotten hurt or something.
I'll put the game on.
I mean, he's just 0 for 4. That's crazy. I wonder if he got hurt though, because he's no rebounds or anything. Either that or he just sucks.
Well, he definitely sucks.
9 minutes of court time against the Suns is pathetic to get no stats. I'm sorry.
I don't think he's hurt.
Big Sauce. Can you get me a Big Sauce jersey, please?
You could just get any Williams jersey.
Give me a Brett Gardner home run here, boys. No, I'll take a single, actually. We want a single, just a little single.
All right. So does anybody else have questions? Any other questions from the chat? We took care of the most important issue, which is what size shirt does Rob wear? We've established he's getting a small.
Greg, I went to the comedy stand last night with my mom and her friend, mom's friend.
The comedy cellar or the stand? You combine two comedy clubs.
No, the stand.
Okay, I used to be at the stand all the time.
Really? Like performing or just going to?
No, I used to perform the stand like twice a week.
What days?
Usually Saturdays and Mondays. It was like 1.5 days a week because I had a show there Saturday nights, and then I had a show every other Monday night there.
Matt, are you telling me you didn't see this Caleb Smith game coming?
No, because I played players from the Cubs.
He's dominating. He's at 8 Ks. It's hilarious. I didn't even see that.
Can I talk about the ridiculous Caleb Smith game?
That's why you go contrarian sometimes, huh? What's the obvious play? The Cubs. Great. So we're going Caleb Smith. Sometimes you don't have to understand it. You just have to do it.
All right. So Caleb Smith, 5 1/3 innings. Let's see, what has his velocity been? Yeah, I think this will probably be his best game of the season. That's my take on the Caleb Smith game.
What are you basing that on?
I don't think he's good, and he's having a very good game tonight, and he's doing it against the Cubs.
Oh, come on, Brett. Fuck.
All right. Popped out. So I'm going to go to another game. All right. So no other questions. Then we're going to wrap this up. I have to figure out how to turn this off now. Nobody got to see the beginning where Josh and I couldn't figure out how to start the show. And there was a brief point in time where there was 2 separate videos on our YouTube channel that were just Josh and I staring at the computer waiting for the other one of us to join.
Luckily, I have Didi Gregorius, Matt, so right back at you. Fading him is working. Going well for me. Thank you. All
right. Any final thoughts? Any final thoughts other than that Matt's wrong?
Damn, I like David Price then. No, I'm just messing with Matt, but Price was a good call. I'm assuming he's still like under like 75 pitches, right, or around there.
Let's see. He is at 6 shutout innings, 5 strikeouts, 66 pitches.
66, huh? Damn. He could go the distance.
He could. I think there's only been I think Scherzer's the only, actually, because Caleb Smith got to 100 pitches. The only 2 pitchers that have thrown at least 100 pitches so far are Max Scherzer today and Caleb Smith. Nobody threw 100 pitches yesterday.
That's interesting, but I'm sure it just has more to do with the scores in the games than.
I think it's just a start of the season thing.
Yeah. No way. There's no way that was actively a thing that managers attempted to do yesterday.
Well, I don't think they said 100. I don't think that managers went in and said we're not going to let our guys throw 100 pitches. I just think it was the start of the season and guys didn't have as long of leashes. Yeah, okay, exactly. Meaning long leash entailing the situation in the game is what drew the hook. Yeah, I still think there's some, I think Chris Sale would have stayed in deeper than 100 pitches in yesterday's game had it been later in the season because the Red Sox threw him a ton of pitches most of last year. I just think beginning of the season, their teams are ramping guys up to their workloads. Yeah, I agree with that. All right. We got anything else? I'm hungry. I want to go eat. We'll right, go longer. We'll go longer on these things when there's more activity. I don't know. I don't think length was I think the length was fine. I think we could use as we do this more, we'll get more questions. 3 viewers right now, so that's huge. That's are they like, oh, who are they though? Is it like Rob, Matt, and I would guess it's Rob, Matt, and random. Maybe Gene? Passover. All right, yeah, it's Passover. I gotta go, fellas. All right. Have a good night. You as well. See you soon.